All right, let's get right into it. Every single organization, I don't care how successful it is, has a secret. It's a part of the business that's always running, 24/7, but instead of making things better, it's just pumping out waste, errors, and inefficiency. Today, we're going to find that secret operation, we're going to understand it, and we're going to learn how to shut it down once and for all. So let me just ask you, straight up, does your organization have a hidden factory? Spoiler alert, the answer is almost definitely yes. And no, we're not talking about some secret building with smokestacks. It's something way more subtle, something woven right into the fabric of how you work every single day. So what is this hidden factory? Well, it's all of your broken processes bundled together. You know the drill. It's the rework, the constant delays, the customer complaints, the wasted materials, those meetings that go nowhere. It's all the stuff that just sucks time, money, and energy out of your business. And the crazy part is, it's never on any official budget. It's simply the cost of not getting things right the first time around.
Right, so how in the world do you fight an enemy you can't even see? Well, you can't just wing it. You need a plan, a systematic, data-driven plan. And that, my friends, is exactly where Lean Six Sigma, or LSS for short, comes into play. It's the powerful, structured game plan designed specifically to hunt down and eliminate that hidden factory.
Think of LSS as this incredible 1-2 punch. On one hand, you've got Lean. Lean is all about one thing, speed. It's obsessed with hunting down and killing waste so that your processes can just flow, making everything faster and more efficient. Then, on the other hand, you've got Six Sigma. And Six Sigma is obsessed with quality. It's designed to attack inconsistency and defects, making sure what you produce is rock solid and reliable every single time. So you mash them together, and what do you get? You get Lean Six Sigma, a unified powerhouse. It's not about just being fast, and it's not about just being perfect. It's about hitting that sweet spot, being ridiculously fast and incredibly good. It's all about creating more value with way less waste. Okay, so how does this thing actually work under the hood? It runs on this super logical 5-step engine called DMAIC. That's DMAIC. First, you have to define the problem, and I mean really define it, crystal clear. Then, you measure how things are running right now. We're talking hard data, no guesswork. Next, you analyze all that data to find the real root cause of the issue. Once you've got it, you improve the process to get rid of that root cause. And finally, and this is crucial, you control the new process to make sure the problem stays gone. It's a relentless cycle, and it's not a one-and-done deal. You just keep going, making things better and better. Now, theory is great and all, but you're probably thinking, does this stuff actually work out in the wild? And the answer is a resounding yes. The results are frankly kind of staggering, and they pop up in pretty much every industry you can imagine.
Let's start where it all began, manufacturing. Picture this. A company was dealing with a huge, expensive quality nightmare.
Get this, a company that packages olives, used LSS to dig into their process. The result? A 99.97% reduction in defective products. I mean, just think about that for a second. Imagine all the money saved on materials, all the time not spent on rework, all the happy customers. Poof, that's the hidden factory getting shut down, one broken part at a time.
But okay, you might be thinking, that's great for making stuff, but what about other fields? How about something really complex and high stakes, like a giant industrial plant? So, a petrochemical company applied LSS to their critical maintenance shutdowns. They cut what's called non-value-added time, all the time people were just standing around, waiting for parts or doing pointless tasks, by a whopping 60%. That's huge. It means less downtime, massive cost savings, and, of course, a much safer environment.
And this chart, wow, this really tells the story. You've got an auto parts manufacturer, right? Their first pass yield, which is just a fancy way of saying the stuff they made right the first time, was only 60%. That means a crazy 40% of everything they made was either junk or had to be fixed. And then look at that jump after they brought in Six Sigma, all the way up to 99.64%. That's not just an improvement, that's a total game changer.
And it just goes on and on across totally different industries. A company making fasteners, they went from thousands of defects down to just 3.4 per million. Agriculture, an 82% cost cut on a critical process. Logistics, boom, 40% off transportation costs. The big takeaway here? The hidden factory is everywhere, and LSS is the tool you use to hunt it down.
All right, so maybe you're sold. You're thinking, I want in. I want to shut down my hidden factory. But hold on, it's not magic. Let's talk about what actually separates the big wins from the frustrating failures. First things first, it has to start at the top. Leadership has to be all in, no question. But, and this is so important, it can't just be a top-down mandate. You have to empower the people on the front lines who actually do the work. It's really about building a culture, a whole mindset where everyone is constantly on the lookout for a better way, and where you're not just fixing one tiny corner of the business, but looking at the whole shebang.
Now, on the flip side, here's where things go wrong. If management isn't truly engaged, the whole thing is dead in the water. If employees think efficiency is just a secret code word for layoffs, well, good luck getting them on board. And of course, if you don't give people the right training or the resources to actually get it done, it's doomed from the start. You have to remember, this is a major cultural shift, not just some project you check off a to-do list.
Now you hear a term with roots in the 1980s, and you might be thinking, isn't this kind of old news? But that's the thing. LSS isn't some dusty old relic sitting on a shelf. It is constantly changing, constantly evolving to tackle modern challenges.
I mean, just look at its journey. It started as two separate ideas back at Toyota and Motorola. In the 2000s, they merged and just took over. By the 2010s, it got a green upgrade to focus on sustainability. Right now, we're in the era of LSS 4.0, which is all about meshing with today's tech. And the next step, Lean 5.0, which brings the focus back to people and building systems that can bounce back from anything. It never stops adapting.
So what's the deal with this LSS 4.0? Basically, it's about giving that DMAIC cycle a massive tech upgrade. Think about it, using big data and AI to comb through your processes and find root causes a human would totally miss. Or using automation to not just do a task, but to constantly monitor it and stop a problem before it even starts. We're talking about getting predictive, getting way smarter about how we improve.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if your tools are a clipboard and a stopwatch or a super advanced AI algorithm. The fundamental goal of Lean Six Sigma has never, ever changed. It is and always will be about relentlessly chasing one simple, powerful idea: creating more value for your customer with less waste.
And that brings us full circle. We've pulled back the curtain on the hidden factory, and we've walked through the powerful playbook you can use to shut it down. So now, there's really only one question left, and this one's for you. Where are the delays, the rework, and the waste hiding in your world? Where are you going to find your hidden factory?